dealing on the bank accounting management. Just we started working on the bank master data. So when you go into the bank accounting management, we have a lot of things there in that. I mean, planning things and all. Of course, that is part of the financial supply chain management. Okay, so we started creating the bank master data, and we had some issue. So I have fixed that issue, and let me discuss that part now. So we went into this define house banks executing. Okay, so we have got our company code 1248 and house banks. I've double click on house bank, we can see over here. Okay, so this is what we have seen. So what was the fix I did? Let me go back and show you that. So I did in the same, I mean, yesterday I showed you, right? So in the same screen I did one configuration. I did do a small change in that. Okay, so I'm just going into set country specific checks. The path for this is img SAP NetWeaver, general settings, set countries, and set country specific checks. Just execute. Okay, select our country. Okay, just double click on that. Here, further checks, bank data. This was the check there. I've just removed it. Now I'm just selecting it here. I'm clicking on F1. So this is where the information. When you see for USA, it is bank number. So bank number, I mean, there is a restriction on that. See, if you read it over here, indicator that a country specific check of the bank details, bank number, bank account number, bank country key is to be carried out. The corresponding check routines are installed in the system and can be activated via this switch. The check routine responsible for a country is found by means of the international country code. So what is happening over here is with this bank number, the check number is connected, and the moment we activate it, it is happening. Now, the important thing is whatever the bank number that we are considering, that should align with the check routine. I mean, it is basically a country specific, kind of the check. So it has to match according to that. So I have just deselected, so system is not going to consider that part at all. So I've just deselected. I'm not sure exactly what is the impact of that on selecting this. Every country has its a sequence of check to be followed, right? So that check number should be considered, but I'm not pretty sure where the impact is. It is not going to have any impact in finance, but probably in bank accounting management or somewhere this will have an impact. Or liquidity management, we have some other the modules such as treasury management, liquidity management, bank accounting management. So probably we may have some impact of this setting over there. Okay, but there is no impact on the finance perspective. Otherwise, if we know what kind of sequence that are we following on the check front, so accordingly we can have our bank key. Okay, so that is what the issue. So I've just deselected and I've just saved. That's it. I've not done anything, and system allowed us to save the house bank. So I went into this house bank, and again I have saved. I can see the document now, 1248 house bank, and here this got saved. Now, if you want, I can go back to the change, and if at all I want to change, I can change them accordingly. Okay, so then after that, as I mentioned, house bank, it's like, one unique bank and branch. Suppose if I talk about Bank of America, we may have Bank of America branches all over US, right? Now, if I just say house bank, Bank of America, it does not mean that it is applicable to all branches in the US. It is specifying to a particular branch. Okay, so within the branch, how many accounts are there? That is what we will be explaining here in the bank accounts. Okay, that is what we are maintaining here in the bank accounts. Now, so let's say if I have an account in two different branches of Bank of America. Let's say one in Texas, the other one we have in, let's say, California, in one place. So it means we need to have two house banks. We will have to create two house banks. Okay, so and within the branch of Bank of America, how many accounts do you have? We may have current account, we may have checking account, we may have savings account, we may have multiple account, overdraft account. So if at all I have two accounts, we will have to create two bank accounts because bank number is unique. Within the branch, we may have multiple bank accounts, and the uniqueness in that case is the bank account number. Okay, so if I have a branch of, if I have a few accounts in a branch, then I will have to create all those accounts, bank accounts, under this house bank. So house bank is going to be the same, only the based on the number of accounts we will be creating bank accounts. Okay, so that's the thing. Now, so earlier versions, in ECC versions and all, we used to create bank account IDs over here just by double clicking on here. But from S4 onwards, we don't have to do this. Basically, SAP suggesting to use one app called manage bank account. You will have to use manage bank account. It means there are two options to do that basically. One is NWBC. There is one transaction code called NWBC, and using that NWBC, we can create the bank account. I mean, account IDs. Or you can use the Fiori app called Manage Bank Account, and you can do it from there. Okay. Now let's get into the Fiori app, and we will see how to consider the same thing. Now instead, we can also have an option called create bank account. You can do that also. Let's see the Fiori app. So I'm opening one more screen. As I mentioned already, either you can enter a T code to get the Fiori Launchpad, or you will have a link. You can use the same thing. In order to get a Fiori Launchpad, /n /UI2/FLP. FLP stands for Fiori Launchpad. Fiori Launchpad, and UI2 is a software to be used in this case. So you can use this transaction code, or maybe you can use the Fiori launch link, Fiori launchpad link. You can see that over here. S4 HANA 1809. You may find it over here. Yes, this is the one. So this is the one that you will be using. Okay, this is the one that you will be using. Client is 800 and language is EN, and this is what your Fiori Launchpad. Just copy it, open an Internet Explorer, just put it over there. You will get the Launchpad. It's going to be the same. There is no change in that. So at the moment, what I will do, I'll just go here and I can enter from here. Okay, so I'm just entering /n/ui2/flp. Okay, so continue to this website, not recommended, but you can go ahead and use. This will take a while. I mean, since it is a dummy system, right? It is taking a while, but normally it does not take that much time. Now here you see manage bank account, and there are two apps, manage banks and manage bank accounts. These two are important in order to set up the master data. Okay, now if I just select manage bank account, so you might have seen that country something, right? You have this. Then here select create bank. Now here bank category is coming. No, this is not the right one. This is not the right one. This is not the right app actually. The name of the bank, the name of the Fiori app is the same, but it is taking us to somewhere. Okay, but normally what happens is manage banks. In that case, you can see in the initial screen, you can see the country in which you want to do and what is the bank key. Of course, yesterday we have seen the same thing. That screen comes up over here in this. Then after establishing that, we will be extending that to house bank. That is what we will be doing here in the manage bank accounts. Just enter over here, manage bank accounts. It's taking time.
Nanda, I have one question.
Mhm,
I mean, it's not a question, but I really don't understand one thing. Like you said, Bank of America, for example, there
mhm,
is a one house bank, but we have, multiple accounts. So we can, define those account under house bank, right?
mhm.
Okay. But house bank, like Bank of America, we have, one branch in Texas, one in New York, one in Los Angeles. So it means, though they are all Bank of America, but we need to define or
Three,
open three
three
house bank,
different. Yes.
three house bank. Okay. So it is all
Because
depends on the branch
exactly, that's what I
location.
mentioned, right? That's what I mentioned. It's
Okay.
basically the name of the bank along with the branch. Now, if I suppose if you want to keep all of them in one, now I want to transfer some amount to New York branch. So what is the unique number over there? So
Right.
the branch will have a Swift code, right? So based on that, I can do. So in these three cases, if I have only one house bank for all these three, which Swift code do I need to use? That's
Okay.
a controversy, right? That's a problem.
So that means, suppose if we have, one Bank of America in California in one branch, for example, San Francisco, but
Mhm.
under that, we have savings account and one checking account. So
You will
do
be
they,
creating two bank accounts.
yeah, so we can create two bank account, but that's the maximum. I mean, that's the only, two bank account comes under that house bank.
Correct.
Yeah, not more than that, because of course, if you open a two or three savings account, then it's a different story.
You can
Like,
add all of them in that.
yeah.
You can add as many as account accounts you
So
want.
yeah, okay. So whatever account we open under
Mm,
that branch, that will be under that house bank.
correct.
Oh, okay, okay. I just clear. Okay.
Yeah. So it is taking a time. I mean, okay, manage bank accounts taking time. Okay, that's fine. So let's go here and we will maintain the same thing here. Okay, I'm just creating this. Click on the create bank account. Okay, it will open another screen. I think this option was not there in the earlier versions of S4. I'm not pretty sure about it, but okay. So this is what you can see. New bank account. Okay, you have general data, house bank account connectivity, and additional data. So in basic data, you will be entering what is the open date, and when you're closing, system expects what is the date and on which date you want to close. I'll put 15th August, and our company code is 1248. Okay, account holder, I mean our company is XYZ Limited, or you can put some name. Bank country, so ours is in US. And what is our bank key? So we have entered our bank key in our house bank configuration. So this bank key, this is the unique code a branch will have. So I'm just saving that. I'm just taking and putting over here in this. Okay. And currency, in which currency are we maintaining that? In USD. Okay. Account number. What is your account number? So let me say 99887766. I'll just say that. And account description, is that going to be a saving account, current account, or what? And you can specifically mention about your account type. If you click over here, you can see multiple options. Yeah, so current account, deposit account, loan account, investment, these are the different types of accounts you have. I would say it is a current account. Okay, and that's it, we don't have anything else. Okay, and here in our house bank account connectivity, so you can I mean, if you want your bank account to be connected with some other systems, you can keep that over here. Of course, in order to establish that link, you require API integration, process integration. Now I'm selecting next is additional data. Here, profit center needs to be considered. So our controlling area is 1248. Okay, so what is our profit center? Just select the relevant profit center. Our controlling area is 1248. That's it, right? So I'm searching for profit center. So these are the two profit centers available. I'm just selecting one, or I'll say 1000 because we have posted many transactions on 1000. So let me take 1000, and we don't have any segment. Now I'm going back to the general data. That's it. Now I'm just saving. So the status shows as active. If it is inactive, that's fine. So we can go ahead and use this thing. So our bank key is 1234567, and our account number is 99887776. So if you want to have, I mean, if you want to create few more, you can create over here. Okay. So you have created one account. Okay. You have created one account. You can see this. Now if you go here in the close account, what happens is it expects the date when do you want to close. It means after that date the bank will be inactive. And if you want to create new another account, you can use this new option and you can create. And if you want to copy this with a new one, you can do that as well. Okay, so this is about the bank creation. Okay, bank account creation. Now we have one transaction code NWBC. So when you go there, you can find that information. Normally we can see the entire information in the Fiori app, but we have some issue with Fiori app. Oh, still it is taking. Okay. So since we have some issue with the Fiori launchpad, I mean, I think there is some problem with this Fiori app. Okay. So just go into a transaction code called NWBC. In the earlier versions, we used to use this transaction code and used to create the bank master. Then after that, we got an option to do this in Fiori apps, right? So this is what basically a launch and a launch one. And here you can see multiple cockpits. These are all called cockpits. And you will have one finance related SAP, CFIN or SFIN, something will be there, or FI will be there. You can pick them up. Fin, no, this is not the one. So you can see, yeah, SFIN, master data, planning, product costing. Yeah, so banks, I think we may have here. I don't remember exactly. I think we may have here in this. One second, no, this is central finance. NWBC. I think many of them have not been activated. So fins, let me take banks, SFIN Bank. No, not here. Master data, probably we may get here. Bank master, create. This is normal one. I mean the basic views, right? We have seen this. Now if I click on create FI01, we have transaction code. See bank key and house, bank key and bank country. Okay, so just we will be entering, right? So here we cannot see all of them, so this cannot be considered for this purpose. So I'm just going back to pick up the other. I think there is a separate cockpit for that. I'm not exactly finding. Bank accounts, so probably we may have here. Yes, manage bank accounts. Okay, so one second, let me just see and confirm you back, and I'll go back. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, fine. I'm just going back. Okay, I'll close it. I think we have selected cache something. Okay, I'm just closing it. System is very bad. NWBC. Okay, so I'm selecting here. I think we have selected this one, right? Okay, so just select the transaction code NWBC, and select SAP underscore SFIN underscore cash underscore manager. We have a specific cockpit for banks. I don't remember exactly. It should be like bank master data or something, but I'm not finding that. You will find the complete information over there. Okay, but we have one thing called SAP underscore SFIN underscore cash underscore manager. So just select that. A new window will be opened wherein you can find bank accounts. You can see the entire thing here. Okay, so select the bank accounts and you can see manage bank accounts. See, you can select either from here or you can select from here. Provides, what does it do? Provides an overview to all bank accounts in your responsible area where you can check, open, change or close bank accounts. Okay, you can see all of them. And just clicking on this manage bank account, you can see our own 99887766. This is our current account. Our bank key is this thing and bank number is this thing. So there are other two records, don't know on what basis we got them. Okay, so but basically this is the last one is us. So 99887776 and 1234567, and this is what our account. So we can see this account over here. And we have one more cockpit wherein we can create create the bank account, but I'm not finding exactly. But let me let me research on that. Let me see what where is available this one. I really don't remember the exact cockpit of that. Okay, so just yes.
Uh, it may sound, silly question, but I really don't know meaning of the cockpit. What
Cockpit
exactly in
in
SAP? Yeah.
cockpit in the sense in a particular activity in a particular area you have multiple tasks. Okay,
Okay.
the I mean in a single term what I can say is cockpit is nothing but a combination of tasks.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so different task will come under one area. That area is nothing but cockpit.
So suppose if you select one cockpit, so it will, take you step by step, like you have to just
Not step
follow.
by step. If you see over here in a bank account management, you have bank account, banks, you have tools, you have bank account overview. Within that, within the bank account, you have manage account, my work list, my send request, maintain. All these are all called activities. There are 4 activities within this bank. There are 3 activities within this, right?
Right.
All these activities are under one thing called cache manager, right? This is
Right.
called one
Cool.
cockpit.
Okay. And another question, like you open the bank accounts under the house bank, but we
Mhm.
can also open bank account, if we double click on under the bank account folder and there is a icon for a new entry, and we can, also create a new bank account from there.
So are you saying here in this?
FI12.
One second. One second. So you are saying here,
Yes, yes, correct.
this
Double
is
click
not possible. This is not possible.
on new
Here
entry.
you don't have. We went into here and we have selected this.
Okay.
You don't have an option to select in new entries here.
Okay.
This was an option in ECC.
Okay, I see.
I did select this one
Okay,
while
yes.
creating the house bank. Sorry, account ID. I did select earlier this one.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how you will be creating the house bank. Okay,
Yes.
right. Now, once we have a house bank, we will be assigning checks. Okay, just for 1 or 2 transactions we will discuss on the house bank, how to issue checks manually, how do we how do we void the check? Suppose whenever I'm paying the amount, right, whenever I'm giving the cash, normally we don't do in cash, we will issue a check, right? So we have been posting the transactions with a bank account. Okay, typically the amount has been updating in the bank account, but there is no physical document that we are issuing to the vendor. So in order to do that, I mean, you can assign the checks in two ways. Either you can do it manually or you can do it automatic. In order to do that automatic, we will have to use automatic payment program. And if you want to use manually, what we will have to do is, after posting the transaction vendor payment for that particular document number, it means after posting the vendor payment, we will have a document number, and to this document number we will assign a check. That is what the manual check issue process. So in order to issue a check, firstly we will have to assign the check numbers, okay, to the particular house bank. So let's do that part. There is a transaction code FCHI. uh, I think it is there here in this. Let me figure that out. There is it's a transaction code. There is a transaction code for this FCHI. Okay, I really don't remember. It should be somewhere here only, but I'm not finding exactly. But that's fine. FCHI is a transaction code. Just we can use the same thing. This is purely casernal payment to transactions. Activate no lockbox electronic online payments define process payment handling. Okay, that's fine. I'll figure that out and I'll provide you that. Okay, but at the moment, let's go ahead and use FCHI. FCHI is the transaction code. In easy access, we don't have this transaction code, but it is kind of a master data. Though this transaction code is there in SPRO, after saving this, the TR will not get generated. Okay, so I'm just going into FCHI. I will have to select my paying company code is 1248, and my house bank is what is my house bank? It's Bank of America, and I will have to select account ID. What happened? No values. Somewhere something delinked. Okay, let me just check that in FS00. I can just figure this out here only. 1248. So I'm going into create bank interest tab. Here you have an option called house bank and account ID. Here itself you'll come to know, right? Account ID. Oh, so account ID thing is not done here. I think there is some missing. I think there is some missing here. Okay, so yeah, I'll just figure that out. Okay, I think probably we may have to use completely the NWBC or Fiori app in order to get that established. Let me just figure that out. Okay, so it's not happening. Basically, this Fiori app gives you the complete information. It gives the complete links, but somehow it is not happening here. So I will just figure this out and we will continue tomorrow. Okay, so
Okay.
any questions?
So this check lot, you're talking about, check lot, right? Basically.
Hmm.
Okay, I see.
This checklist basically how it works is, when you go to a bank, right? The
Right,
moment you open an account, they will give you one book, right?
right,
Checkbook. The checkbook will contain some 20 leaves, check leaves, right? It
right,
will have a serial number. That number, it may be 1 to 100, or it can be any digit, right? 100 to 100, 100 to 120. So you will have some number of checks there, and whatever the number you have there on the checkbook, just you will have to enter. Okay,
right.
so that is what the check lot, we call it as check lot.
So
Okay.
FCHI, that is also belongs to check lot, right?
Yeah, this is a transaction code we
Okay,
will be using for maintaining the check lot.
okay.
This is a transaction code. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So thanks everyone. I will have to figure this out and we can continue the class tomorrow. Okay.
all right.
Thanks everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.